Yo, what's up YouTube? Welcome back to another video here on the channel. Hope you boys are doing well. Today we're going to be starting a brand new series here where I do my first ever online fantasy franchise. If you guys are new to Madden or don't know what a fantasy draft is, basically all the players in the NFL are going to be free agents. We'll be assigned a random team, draft our players, and it'll be a mix of everyone from all over the league. In this series, I'll be playing one game per episode with the hopes of doing an entire 17-game series and maybe making a run at the Super Bowl. And I'll be playing real players in each one, so it won't be any CPU or computer games unless we're unable to schedule a time. We still have some spots left available in the league, so if you guys do have Madden 26 and are looking to join an online franchise, be sure to join the Discord down below in the description and let me know, send me a message, and I'll get you guys added. In today's episode, we're going to be starting with the draft where I will be the LA Chargers simply because I really like their uniforms. We're going to do the first 12 rounds manually. After that, we'll simulate the rest of the draft. Once we simulate to the end of the draft, we'll review our team and see what our strengths and weaknesses are. Obviously, we don't have control over who we get after we simulate. Hopefully, the computer can make us some good picks and then we'll get ready to start the season. My goal for this is to have a really exciting offense, so we're going to be sticking to the offensive guru. I see this as a 1, maybe 2 year project, so I don't think that the development is going to help us too much. We won't have a lot of time to develop our players. And sticking true to our team, we are going to be running the Chargers offensive playbook, but the Giants defensive playbook. They're both playbooks that I've never used before, and I wanted to switch things up, so hopefully it goes well. A couple things with this league, just to go over some of the rules that I've changed. We are going to be playing on all-pro skill level with a competitive game style, 4-minute quarters with Excel clock off, and then there is going to be a play cooldown on offense and defense of 3 with a max play call limit of 5. The only other things I've adjusted here are the trade types, which are disabled. You will not be able to make any trades throughout the season. Whatever team you get stuck with is the team you're going to have to play the entire year with. Don't want anybody cheesing any of the leftover CPU teams. I've also turned all the injuries off, so if you do get stuck with a random team that you're maybe not the biggest fan of, you at least don't have the risk of losing one of your star players to injury that's out of your control. And today's fantasy draft will be a snake draft, meaning if you pick first in the first round, you'll be last in the second round and vice versa. So we kind of want to pick that somewhat in the middle, maybe towards the end, so we can have a couple back-to-back picks and get some good talent early. Now that all that's set up, I'll just set it to a fantasy draft and we'll go ahead and get started here. I'm really excited to get this series started for y'all. I hope you guys are too. And don't worry, the Panthers franchise isn't going anywhere. I plan to upload this as well as the Panthers series as much as possible, so you guys are getting a lot of different content. With all that being said, let's get this fantasy draft underway. We're gonna see what pick we have. Hopefully, like I said, it's somewhere in the middle to late rounds and we can grab a couple good players early. My plan is to go offense. I want to go really offensive heavy. Quarterback, receivers, running back, and line. And now that we've jumped in here, we have the 23rd overall pick in the NFL draft. That is great. I'm not too worried about a lot of the talent that's going to be left over. I think we'll have a fair share of players. One thing I do want to look at first is probably quarterbacks. This is going to determine a lot of how our season goes, and just taking a quick glance, there's really not a lot of good quarterbacks left. Tua is still a superstar at 78 overall. Dak is a superstar at 85. Ages don't really concern me too much because, like I said, this is maybe a 1 or 2 season grind. One quarterback that does interest me is CJ Stroud, 23 years old with 91 throw power, 88 deep accuracy. I want to be able to throw some bombs, so that would be nice. He's got 82 speed. I'm not sure if he's going to make it to the second round. I don't really know how a lot of these fantasy drafts work and what the meta players are. I like CJ Stroud. He's tall, he's physical, he can throw. We're going to take him with our first round pick here and have our QB of the future. There he is, CJ Stroud. Welcome to the Chargers, the number 14th ranked QB. Wow, so a lot of QBs went early. As you can see, he's got great overalls across the board. I think he's really someone we can develop pretty well as the season goes on. Getting into the second round here, we are picking 13th overall because, like I said, snake drafts you pick back to back. Let's go ahead and take at some of the overall players, see who is available. Quite a few good running backs, tackles, a tight end. I think running back is a position we can grab later. I mean, just taking a glimpse of it, 99, 90. I mean, yeah, there's a lot. Let's look at wide receivers. We got Scary Terry, Mike Evans, Puka Nacua, Drake London. These are all guys that I'm big fans of. I love the jump ball receivers. Drake London would be a lot of fun. Mike Evans too. I mean, at 6'5", he's still an X factor at 32 years old with 92 speed. He might be the wave. Puka Nacua is my favorite non-Panthers player in the league, though. I'm really tempted to take him here. And honestly, that's exactly what we're going to do. We're going to stick with the players that I like. Puka Nacua at only 24 years old. Welcome to the squad. He's going to be CJ's hopefully favorite target, and they'll have a good connection as the season goes on. Rolling into the third round here, lots of defensive players it looks like falling off the board. Take a look at our wide receivers again, see if any other superstars are there that we can grab for CJ. Mike Evans is still there. That's a guy that I actually was looking at. 6'5" jump ball freak, 97 catch in traffic, 97 spec catch, 97 jumping. By far the best receiver on the board here. The only other one I would maybe consider is T. Higgins. He's a little bit younger, a little bit slower actually too. Yeah, we're gonna go with the big man from Texas A&M, Mike Evans, 32 years old. Welcome to the squad. I think him and Puka are gonna be the best duo in the league by far. If someone has a really good corner, we don't have to worry about it because we've got 2 deep threats. And heading into round 4 now, one of the things that I want to do for CJ that the Texans have not done in real life is protect him. He does not have any pass protection. Taking a look, we've got Lane Johnson sitting here, a 99 overall, 6'6" right tackle with just about the best blocking stats you can have. It would be stupid not to grab him at this point. I think he's the best player overall. He fits what we want to do. He'll keep our protection clean. We're going to go ahead and grab him here, build the offensive line, give CJ time to throw to the guys that we just took ahead of him, and make sure we can have an explosive offense all around. And there he is, ladies and gentlemen, Lane Johnson, the #1 ranked right tackle in the game, 97 run block, 98 pass block. He is happy to be here, as you can see, and we're happy to have him. Moving on to round 5 of the 12 that we'll be making. Remember, we're only doing the first 12 rounds. Everything else is going to be simulated after. And one guy that I was hoping was left, honestly, we might just do the strategy of best overall players. Trent Williams, Laramie Tunsil, and Derrick Henry are all still here. Honestly, ridiculous to not take one of them. My question is who? Let's take a look at the other running backs that are still here. Joe Mixon, Josh Jacobs, James Cook. We've definitely got, Jonathan Taylor. He's a fun one, actually. I really like Jonathan Taylor. 92 speed, 92 excel, 87 break tackle. There's a lot of good running backs that I think we can get away with taking. Looking at the best overall players, it's no doubt in my mind Trent Williams is the #1 at 97 run block, 92 pass block. Whoever we get as a running back, even if it's not one of these top guys, is going to have great protection. Let's stick with Trent. We've got both our tackles, 2 wide receivers, and our QB. This offense is about to be dominating the league. Getting to the halfway point of the draft, we are in round 6. Taking a look at some of the players, not much has changed, honestly. We picked pretty closely back to back. Let's take a look at our running backs and see. I think it's time to get who's going to be joining CJ Stroud in the backfield. Right off the bat, you've got Derrick Henry, a 98 overall, 6'3", 31-year-old freak of nature. He's got 96 break tackle, 93 speed, 99 stiff arm. It's really tough to say you shouldn't take him. And while Derrick Henry is probably the most attractive option, Jonathan Taylor is another guy that I am just excited to use. He's a little bit smaller at 5'10", but 226-pound power back with 92 speed. If we're on the goal line, if we're anywhere in the red zone, we can pound that rock. I'm going to go ahead and pick up JT. Hopefully we don't regret that and play against Derrick Henry later in the season. He is the #10th ranked halfback in the game. I'm excited about that. Like I said, 92 speed, 92 excel, 87 break tackle, and he's got a lot of room to improve as well. Finally crossing the halfway threshold, we are up to the 7th round where it's probably time to finish up a lot of our offensive line. We have no interior guards, which is going to be very important for run blocking. I like to run to the left a lot, so I think left guard is the most important position. The guards are definitely picked over more so than almost any position I was looking at. Right guard seems to be bugged. It's not showing the overalls because there's no way that we're just down to 63 and 64s. I'm going to scroll through here, see if I can find a right guard. And yeah, there he is. Kevin Zeitler, Will Fries, Robert Hunt. So there's still a few people here that are available. The best player I saw for the interior line was Landon Dickerson. I want to make sure we can run to the left a lot. He's only 26 years old. He'll probably improve as the season goes on. He's got 93 strength, 86 run block, 83 pass block. I'm happy out of that. Any guy who came out of Bama and is in the NFL is probably a pretty good pick. Him and Trent Williams should solidify that left side and give Jonathan Taylor a lot of space to run out on the left. Coming up here in round 8, I know I've talked about offense a lot, but we can't forget about defense. Definitely need to pick up some guys. Let's go ahead and look in the secondary and see if we can get somebody in the skies to help us. I'm sure it's been pretty heavily picked over, and that's partially my fault for not going, but I want to draft offense. That is literally my goal with this. My main concern now is having someone in the secondary that's fast who can make sure we don't get too burnt over the top. Nick Emanwari, a South Carolina guy, 6'3", 93 speed. Not the best coverages, but honestly, he'll make sure no one goes behind us. I'm going to take the kid out of USC. That's my college team, so I'm a little bit biased. Nick Emanwari, we probably could have gotten him later, but I just want to make sure we have some help in the secondary. And getting towards the end here in our fantasy draft, I think it's only fair that we use the last few picks on defense. We did a lot on the offensive end. We got to make sure that we're not getting absolutely scored on every single time that we give up the ball. Wanted to get a solid user. Would love to get somebody with some good speed here. Taking a look at some of the linebackers. Trenton Simpson is there. Got Jalen Walker, Trevin Wallace, EJ Speed, I mean, it's literally in his name. Devin Bush. Some of these guys are just a little bit undersized for my liking. I also like Peyton Wilson here. He's 6'4" with 91 speed. He's also pretty young, and he is star dev. NC State kid, I think, looking at him overall, I mean, 87 hit power. His zone coverage, his man coverages won't matter as much because I'll be the one using him. I don't want to use their safeties. I enjoy using linebackers. I like laying big hits. I think it's more true to the game as well. We're going to pick up Peyton Wilson in the 9th, solidify our user, and hopefully wrap up the secondary with a couple other good picks, finish up our defense, and look at the team. With 3 more picks to go, one position that I have crucially ignored is corner. We have nobody who can guard any receivers one-on-one as of right now. Not a lot of speed from what I'm seeing. Although I say that, Darian Porter, a 96 speed, 6'3" corner. I don't know anything about this kid. He's 24 years old, hidden dev, 195 pounds. Out of Iowa State. I really like his physicals. He is a man-to-man corner, but we can always adjust our play style if we need to play more man. Whatever he's best in, I think this guy could be a #1 for us. We're going to take the kid, Darian Porter, out of Iowa State. Like I said, I don't know anything about this guy. I don't know what team he's on in real life. I'll have to do my research, but I am excited to watch him play for us. And getting down towards the very end here, one other position we have not gotten somebody in is pass rusher. We don't have any sort of edge pressure at all. That is something we definitely need to take a look at. Are there any good development trait players? Anybody with a star or hidden development that we could take a look at? Looking at the left edge, Mike Green, Chop Robinson. These are some guys I could get behind. What's Chop Robinson's speed? He's 6'3", 22 years old, 88 speed with 70 block shed. I do like that. Let's take a look at Mike Green as well. 6'3", 22 years old, slightly better block shed, same speed. He might be somebody who's the bigger edge. 6'3". Oh, they're pretty much identical. Honestly, with my last 2 picks, I might try to grab both of these guys. We're going to grab Mike Green here because he is hidden development. Maybe he's a superstar. I highly doubt it. I don't know who's hidden and who's like star, superstar, X factor in this draft class. Mike Green, welcome to the team. If we can get Chop Robinson, I think that will solidify our team. That's 2 edge rushers, 2 people in the secondary, my user, and then a stacked offense. And with our final pick in the draft, one guy that just stood out to me. Wow. I know I said we need another edge rusher, but the fact that Jordan Davis is still here, 96 strength, 6'6", only like 25 years old, 336 pounds. I didn't even consider a defensive tackle, but if we want to be able to stuff the run up the middle, that's probably somebody we need to take advantage of. There's some undersized players for sure. Tavondre Sweat, also a great option, 94 strength. 82 block shedding. I need a big run stopper, definitely. So we got a lot of nose tackles here. Tyleik Williams, kid out of Ohio State, 91 strength, 84 block shed, hidden dev. We're going with a bunch of rookies. I know I said development's not going to be super important, but these guys are just promising. Like, they honestly look better than some of these vets. I'm taking the kid Tyleik Williams out of Ohio State. He's going to be our run stuffer with Mike Green coming off the edge as the pass rush. And then hopefully the computer does us justice and get us some other good players through the sim. Welcome to the team, Tyleik. 77 overall, the number 51 DT. Wow. And that is going to do it for all 12 rounds that we're going to be taking care of here manually. Another look back, we've got CJ Stroud, Puka Nacua, Mike Evans, Lane Johnson, Trent Williams, Jonathan Taylor, and Landon Dickerson on offense. Very offensive heavy. In the last few rounds, we got our safety, Nick Emanwari, user Peyton Wilson, corner Darian Porter, and then edge rusher Mike Green, run stopper Tyleik Williams. I'm excited to put this team together. Hopefully the computer can get the finishing pieces that we need, and as soon as the draft is over with, we'll be reviewing our team. Starting for us at QB1 is CJ Stroud, backed up by Tyler Huntley. A lot of the backup positions thankfully won't matter because injuries are off, but it's nice to know, I guess if anything did happen, we've got somebody who can throw the ball. Running back Jonathan Taylor with Damian Pierce behind him and Samaje Perine. I don't know if I pronounced his name right, but we got some big boys behind him, so we are going to be a power run heavy team. Fullback, we've got Ben Van Sumeren. I've never heard of him before, but he's one of the only true fullbacks in this game, and he's actually got 91 speed at 6'2", 231. one, he could be fun to use. We got to keep him in mind. In the skies, we've got Mike Evans and Puka Nacua, followed by Sky Moore, Jack Beck, Darius Davis, and LeJontay Wester. Definitely not the worst receiving crew I've ever seen. Darius Davis, he's 5'8", but he's 94 speed. He is our fastest receiver. I'm going to play him and Beck and put Moore down on the depth chart. I'm not a big fan of Sky Moore. Tight end, a position we did not draft on the offensive end. We have Michael Mayer, 6'4", 82 speed, 265 pounds. He's a big boy. And backing him up is Cade Stover. Very similar athletics, same size. I think those guys will do good enough for us. And then we've got Drew Ogletree behind them. Honestly, I want to use the tight ends in run blocking and pass blocking sets, so it's nice to have some big boys out there. The offensive line we know a decent amount about already. We got Trent Williams on the left side there with Landon Dickerson. Center is Hajalte Froholt. Not familiar with him, but he's one of the only positions we didn't draft. 80 overall center from the CPU. I will take that. Next to him, we've got right guard James Daniels, a 79 overall, 6'4" guard. Pass block is 78. His run block is 82. Definitely could have been a worse pick. I am happy with that. And right tackle Lane Johnson, the best in the game. I mean, there's no doubt about it. We are going to have time in this pocket. On the defensive end, now this is where it gets scary. Starting off with Mike Green, our promising 6'3" edge rusher with 88 speed. Next to him, we've got Leonard Floyd, 6'5", 85 speed, actually really solid. I'm happy to get him. In the middle to stuff the run, we've got Tyleek Williams with Neville Gallimore, 6'2", 302 pounds. These guys are big and heavy. I think they'll be able to stuff the run pretty well. Not disappointed by that at all. I think the computer did really well with those picks. Sam linebacker, we've got Devondre Campbell, 6'4", 232 pounds, and 85 speed. He's a tall user and he can move. Definitely could be viable if we needed to get rid of Peyton or sub him in with Peyton. At Mike linebacker in the middle, we've got Deion Jones and Michael Walker. Both 87 speed linebackers, but Michael is younger and taller. We're going to be starting him. Deion will be the backup, and then everybody else behind I'm not too worried about. And on the right side, we've got our boy Peyton Wilson, 6'4", 91 speed, and backing him up, Oren Burke, 6'3", 87 speed. The computer actually grabbed really athletic linebackers. I'm super happy about that. What I'm most nervous for here is this next slide. Who are our corners? The only corner we drafted was Darian Porter, and while he's 96 speed, he is not the best overall. He's only a 74. We have no experienced vets on this team, nobody with any good zone coverage. Hopefully the computer bailed us out on this one. And honestly, not the worst. Tarheeb's still 6'1", 80 overall corner. I'm not happy about that, but I'm not upset. He's got decent man coverage at 74 and 84 zone coverage, so that's really nice to see. Behind him, it's Mike Hilton, Kyer Elam, Alante Taylor, and Darian Porter. We've actually got really good corners. Like, speed and athleticism is there. Mike Hilton is definitely not going to be playing for us. Darian Porter is going to be our corner 2. I'll keep Tarheeb at corner 1. And then Kyer Elam and Alante Taylor. Honestly, whoever has the better zone coverage is probably who I'll play. Kyer has better zone coverage by a decent amount. Alante will be our corner 4. I'm not disappointed about that. He also might get some reps at safety with his size and speed. Speaking of at free safety here, we got Xavier Woods, 5'11", 88 speed with 68 man coverage and 74 zone. That is actually pretty disappointing. I know he's a 70 or 80 overall, but I feel like we have better options. I may play Ashton Davis. I imagine he's starting for strong safety. Yeah, he is. So strong safety, we're going to start Nick Amanwari, and then free safety, we're going to start Ashton Davis with backup Alante on both those ends. So if Alante needs to get on the field on a 3-corner set, we can get him in as one of the backup safeties. I think that puts speed and athleticism on the field. If I can make the right play calls and adjustments, there's no reason these guys should be getting torched. At kicker, we've got the masseuse master himself, Justin Tucker. And at punter, we've got Brian Anger, an 81 overall punter that hopefully we don't have to use too much. In the case that we do, though, he has 93 kick power and 89 kick accuracy. And that is going to be it. Taking a look now at the entire lineup after we've adjusted our depth chart, you can see here our offense is star-studded. We've got superstar tackles, superstar backfield, superstar and X-Factor receivers. This is going to be a team that's really fun to use. If we can score every time we touch the ball, there's no reason we can't go undefeated. On the defensive side, it's a little bit lackluster compared to the offense. We do have 1-star dev in Peyton Wilson and several hidden development guys that with the right amount of playing time could turn into something big for us. But there's a lot of bronze, a lot of ugly, normal trait development players. But I think they can get the job done. That is going to be it for today's video, boys. I hope y'all enjoyed. Definitely leave me a comment down below on your thoughts with the team. Do you guys think we can go undefeated? Do you guys think it was the right move to draft a lot of offense over defense? Give me all your feedback. I'd love to hear it. In the next episode, we'll be starting the season with week 1 against the Chiefs. We'll scout out our opponents, obviously, because they are all random teams, but I don't want to do any sneak peeks yet. And as I mentioned before, this is an online fantasy league, so I will be playing real players. We still need a couple slots left. If you guys do want to join up, I'll say it again. Join the Discord down below in the description. Shoot me a DM or a message with your EA ID, and I will get you added into the league. Until then, I hope you boys enjoy. I'll see you in the next one, and stay handsome. Peace!